All right, what's up, everybody? You are looking at my Ruger SFAR 308 AR-10. Now, a lot of people will say, oh, it's not an AR-10. It's an AR platform, and I'm calling it an AR-10, so if you don't like it, be quiet. But that's not why I am making this little video. The reason I am making this video is what you're seeing right here. So I went to the range yesterday, and side note, my AR-15, my 5.56, actually experienced the first thing of its kind in 4.5 years of owning it. I built it myself using parts, barrel, upper, lower, all that fun stuff. It experienced a squib load. Now, if you are unfamiliar with what a squib load is, that is when the cartridge itself, the one that is loaded in the chamber, the primer strikes and the gunpowder does not fully ignite, causing enough pressure to push the bullet down the barrel and out the opening to your target. So what then happens is, at some point in the barrel, depending on the amount of pressure, the bullet will then become lodged in the barrel itself, known as a squib load. Now, that was a pretty scary time because I had never experienced it. I've seen it on YouTube a dozen times. So knowing that, I was able to get past the initial thought that it was a light primer strike, which it felt like it was because the hammer did blow back, or the bolt carrier group came back just enough to bring the hammer back and load it to then allow me to fire, but the casing was not ejected fully. So thankfully I ejected it, and then what happened was the rest of that gunpowder, if you saw that video, the rest of the gunpowder just basically kind of unloaded, or for lack of a better term, exploded out of the chamber. When you look inside, before I cleaned it, there was a ton of the unspent gunpowder. It had lodged itself within the barrel with the bullet, causing it to become lodged. Thankfully, I was able to get my brass tools here, create an elongated tapping or pole of sorts to get down the barrel and to lightly extract the bullet. And I do have that bullet. It's kind of a memento, as you were, but that is not why I'm making this video. I just thought I'd share with you what happened. But with this one, with my 308, I noticed this morning, I brought it down here to my gun table, and I was doing some rudimentary adjustments because I just got this new sight here. It's the EOTech, and I've got the magnifier, which I still need to work on a little bit. I got this bad boy sighted in, but I just need to work on this a little bit. Just was changing the orientation of it. I did notice that my ejection port, the spring had somehow come off of tension. So it was just flopping around like a big old sorry sad sack. And I was like, what the hell happened? Come to find out, the two bolts here, and I'm going to move it over so you can see it. The two bolts here actually hold the handguard on. As you can see right here, also has a notch to hold the pin that keeps the ejection port dust cover from flying off. Now, what happened was, because I need to put some Loctite on these, and I'm going to after this video, this thing slightly loosened and the handguard started to move forward a little bit, causing the pin to then back out slightly, which what I am assuming helped cause the detensioning of this spring. Now, the great thing about this platform that we are on, i.e. YouTube, there are so many helpful people out there, and I would like to pass this along as well, of how to get this thing back on. I was fiddling with it for what seemed like forever, trying to figure out what the hell is going on. I initially took this off. I set it aside. I'm like, fine, I'll just deal with it, whatever. But then I go online and I find a really helpful video that shows me how to do it. So basically, I have it retensioned here. I have it back in operational form. As you can see, it is springing back like it should, just like a brand new. And I also found out that, oh, this thing needed to be tightened. So I shoved that home, realizing, oh, that's what caused it, shoved it home, tightened it up, so we're all good. So now I'm gonna put some Loctite in that bad boy so it doesn't loosen up on me. But what I did was, essentially, this little spring right here, this little, I guess you'd call it dovetail, or this little smaller end of the spring was actually facing this way, the same way, direction as the longer spring, which holds the tension. So what I needed to do is I took my trusty, these are a bit old, they've been outside, but I brought them back to life, thank God. These are my Cobalt trusty needle nose pliers. So all I did was I set the spring where it is right here, and then I took the smaller end of the spring and twisted it clockwise around to where it sits right now. As you can see, there it is right there. And then holding that position with my one index finger, I then reinserted the pin, and voila! We have a functional dust cover once again. So I'm really, really happy with this. I didn't have to contact Ruger or anything. And the moral of the story is here, guys, you can always fix something with the AR platform. It is a super, super modular design. All the parts are very easy to maintain, and I am constantly learning how to maintain my rifles with both my 308, which I newly purchased about a month ago, as well as my AR-15 rifle. So I'm really, really happy with this. I'm glad that I am learning this right now so that I can, one, keep my rifles in functioning optimum working order, and also pass along this bit of information to you guys so that we all have functioning self-defense items. So that's going to do it for me here, Craig at the Pistol Hub. Thanks for watching, guys. Like and subscribe this video, and I'll keep getting more content to you. Later.